I decided to only walk in a dusty trip. Yeah, it was the hardest thing I'd done. Can I make it to the end or will I lose my sanity? Stick around to find out. I teamed up with my boy Grilled Cheese and he was a little too happy with the idea of torturing me.
I'm going to make you watch Coco Melon.
Since this map is very dangerous, I figured it would take me forever to walk. So I tried to gather supplies by sticking them together. I literally spent 10 minutes repeating the same thing and expecting different results. I think that's the definition of insanity. Yep, it is. Anyways, I was finally ready to leave and Cheese took off into the sunset, leaving me to walk in my lonesome. I brought the trunk cover with me in case it rains. I don't know why. I thought that maybe it can shield me from the acid before it melts my flesh. When I was at 500 meters, Fish was at 2,000. Then a blizzard appeared out of nowhere and tried blowing me away. Unfortunately for the storm, I was standing on business. Also, the sheet of metal seemed to protect me from the cold, harsh winds. At 682 meters, there was a shed with some mutants. I didn't see anything valuable, so I just went around them.
Okay.
I didn't want to get slaughtered yet, but there was one thing I didn't notice at the time. My hunger meter was getting low. Fortunately, I saw a barn, but there was danger ahead. A sprinter that was hogging all the materials I needed to search. So I grabbed a stick of dynamite and gave it to him as an early Christmas present. His reaction to the betrayal was funny.
Why did you do this to me? I trusted you.
I'm sorry. I just really wanted some chocolate. I ate all the food that was there. No. Also, I tried eating the remote.
Huh?
Yeah, I was desperate. Then I tried using the skateboard for some reason.
What?
Fish died since he spawned in the river when getting out of the party bus. So I revived him and he was now stuck with me. At least I won't suffer alone. We left the barn and embarked our new journey. With our two brains together, we were untouchable. Why would he use his katana against me? Was he plotting this the whole time? With 30% health left, I should be able to take one more hit without dying. But am I fast enough to smash this against his head? That's what I was thinking once I got stabbed twice. But eventually we found a barn and Cheese used the sword to slice them up. Clearly he didn't have any training. What made things worse was the acid rain. I didn't think I would die this soon, but I was determined to reach the end. 1600 meters was too tiny compared to how far I wanted to go. So I bought a 20% stamina boost to prepare me for the next 3 hours of suffering. As we were minding our business, a plane decided to smack me in the face and explode over it. I almost died, but somehow I didn't. I took that shit like a champ. Later, we found a gas station at 1300 meters. A mutant and a giant guarded the building, so I ran inside and looked for a weapon. Ah, an axe. Perfect for attack and penetration, which is what I used to kill the mutant. He was not having a good time. Then his brother came to get revenge.
I will clap those cheeks to avenge my brother.
Yeah, I got in the axe stuck, which made it useless, so I tried using a pot to slay the beast. I don't know what I was thinking, okay? Since that didn't work, we decided to just leave him behind and continue our journey. Eventually, we reached a shed at 2000 meters, and I had a job to get rid of the giant mutants with my TNT. But of course, I failed to blow them up.
Oh, hell no!
With two giant dudes that wanted to pound me, I had no other choice but to go back to the shed. So Fish went inside the shed and grabbed a TNT. I thought that I was saved. I was so fucking wrong. Even though Fish killed us, I wasn't going to have us go back to the beginning. So I revived us. He was a little bit too thankful.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
After getting revenge by slaying Naguni with my axe, we gave out our own form of justice. They took away our pride, so we took away theirs. It took a while to leave since we were experimenting. We walked for over 1,000 meters with nothing in sight. As the last drop of sweat went down my swamp booty cheeks, our hunger meter was getting very low. That's when we finally found a small shed. So I prepared myself for anything this game might throw at me. It was another buff mutant who was no match for my axemanship. Since I was victorious, I went inside to collect my sweet reward. As a last resort, I tried eating this rock, which didn't save me from starvation. With the power of capitalism, I came back to life and paid for my servant's return. Somehow he gained superpowers and 2 mutants were guarding a ladder. I felt like I was in an episode of The Twilight Zone. The same thing happened again at 4,500 meters. I didn't know what was going on and I feared it would stay like this forever. Fortunately, it didn't and we found a mini garage. The only problem was that there was 3 mutants. I did try to use TNT to kill them, but only offed one since it was stuck. As Fish axed down the other mutant, I used the plank to shield myself. That's when I had a brilliant idea. I attached the plank to its feet. Even though Fish was getting dominated, I wanted to see what else I can add to this masterpiece. The seat was a horrible idea since it grabbed Cheese so that the mutant can kill him more easily. I also got stuck as well, but I was able to jump out and add another plank, then a few more other things.
Yo, dude, calm down. I'm trying to give you a gun. Here, give me a gun. Let me get you the gun. Oh, crap.
Once that was over, we started the generator and looked forward to the adventure that waited across the river. Whenever the platform decides to stop taking its sweet ass time, which eventually caused me to starve to death. See, what did I tell you? It was a deadly challenge, but I was too determined and stubborn to call it quits. Then I respawned just for me to die in the river. I really wanted to pull my hair out. Anyways, we found a machine that gave us useless items. So much for capitalism. At 6,000 meters, we found a farmer who would give us a special item if we found an egg. With the trash on wheels he was driving, there was only one thing valuable he could give me. 1,000 meters later, we found a power grid where Fish activated the boss battle by himself. What an idiot. Anyways, I tried reviving him, but he kept respawning in the locked room. Since it was getting too dangerous for me, I had no other choice but to leave the plant as Cheese left the game. This time I was alone and my motivation was starting to go down. But that's when I saw the farm and felt excited. Suddenly I had a bad feeling, so I grabbed my axe.
You can't kill me. I'm invincible.
That was very underwhelming, to be honest. When I found the farmer, I figured he was an NPC that would give me a reward once I killed the mutants. As I started a mutant train, the farmer blew open his door and I thought he would help me defend his barn. But just as fast as his wife left him, so did my hope for a partner in this lonely wasteland. I couldn't hide since he'll throw haystacks at me and my axe was too dull. That's when I left, but he still followed me. As a last resort, I climbed up the power line and was struck down by his hay. I was getting so damn tired of dying, but as long as I can revive, I wouldn't quit. Thankfully, he left me alone and I was back on the road again. At 9,000 meters, I found a shed and used my katana to slay the buff daddy, where I accidentally grabbed nuclear waste and was poisoned with radiation. Then I walked through the forest and saw a mountain at 10,000 meters, so I decided to see if anything special was there. But it was just a giant rock floating over the void. Before dying of boredom, I found a shop and was very hungry. However, I couldn't afford anything since I was poor. That's when I found an Uzi and had a brilliant idea. Instead of walking out with it, I'll use my TNT to blow it out the shop. There's no way the turrets would know it's me. I was very wrong. I guess stealing is looked down upon even in games. Later I found a diner and thought food would be there. Instead, the only meal that was there was me. So I killed all the chefs and that's when their master came after me. I thought I had a chance until I discovered he was a fucking firebender.
Nope, I'm not dealing with this shit.
Since I had to use the bathroom, a mutant and a vampire ambushed me at church. Since I didn't know what was going on, my option to revive ran out. 13.5 thousand meters wasn't where I wanted to end the game. I spent about 5.5 hours walking in a dusty trip. I was tired, so Kevin drove me where I died last. And I'm glad he did, because the next 3 hours of walking is going to be miserable. So sit back and enjoy my last attempt. With the gun I won after beating the last chef bender, I didn't have to worry about starving since I can turn mutants into food. Whether that's ethical or not doesn't matter, but it sucks that I forgot to record the boss battle. It didn't matter cause this tunnel was my next roadblock. If I was going to reach the end, I have to pass it. With my 20% stamina boost, it had to be possible. As soon as the bridge started collapsing, I ran as fast as I could. This was it, there was no going back, but I wasn't fast enough. I tried respawning, but I was stuck under the map. Luckily, I was able to get back on the map. However, now that the tunnel was blocked off, I couldn't get past it. That's what I thought anyways, cause while I searched for a way to beat the system, I came across a hole where the tunnel was. I tried jumping up on the tunnel, but it was too high, so I grabbed a radiator and used it to get on the ledge. Kevin and I started to cross until we slipped off and died. So I tried again, and this time I was going farther than I did before. But then my body started to glitch and I fell off into the void. Then something spectacular happened. I respawned above the tunnel. I did it. I found a way to get past this one-shot event. I was finally able to go on the other side. Until I suddenly had a stroke. Thank God I was able to spawn where I died. If I didn't, I would have went to bed. Now that I was on the other side, I knew there was a chance of reaching the edge. These two mutants didn't like that, so they jumped me. I was able to get the small mutant, but somehow the giant was able to dodge my bullets.
Oh, you thought I wasn't strapped, huh?
Then I found a vampire at church, so I blessed him with my bullets. He did drop a cool engine, but without a vehicle it was useless. And his dagger he had was also useless, so I left it. At 20,000 meters, I found an underground bunker. As the door opened, I prepared myself for whatever is hiding inside. Thank God I had my AK-47, cause I would have been gang-banged hard. You feel me? Then this big-ass mutant came up on me and tried to show me dominance. He had no chance. Apparently, there was a special weapon behind the vault, which I can get by glitching through it with a chair. After 15 minutes of trying, this masterpiece was finally mine, and I wanted to test it out. I blew up the bodies before leaving, and let me tell you, this gun was nothing compared to the AK. What a waste of time. So I traded it for a loaf of bread. At 23,000 meters, I was too tired and couldn't continue anymore. Since I played for 8 hours straight, I wanted to make a rocket ship to send me off as a final hurrah. Thank you all for watching my 3K sub special video. I hope to see you in the next video. Later, bitches.